Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Wednesday Wisdom. My name is JB Hilliard, and these are video snippets designed to answer questions you may have about estate planning or probate, my primary practice areas, or to answer questions you may have about any other legal matter. But in this week's edition, I want you to consider the source. So last week, I had an interesting conversation with an individual who was calling to inquire about some estate planning services, specifically on drafting a will. And it's always a telltale sign when the first question is, how much is this going to cost? Now, I know that's a valid concern, don't get me wrong, and that is a valid question. But if that's the first question, then that already tells me that I'm probably not the right attorney for you, and you're probably not the right type of client for me. I liken it to, let's say you have a pain in your stomach. And so you call the doctor up, and your first question is, well, how much is it going to cost, or how much is a prescription to fix the pain in my stomach? And the doctor hasn't seen you, hasn't talked to you, hasn't asked you any questions, hasn't examined you, hasn't come up with any diagnosis, but you want that doctor to tell you how much your prescription is. So it's the same with attorneys, and especially in my practice area. If you are really wanting to put something in place, put a plan in place that's going to protect you and your loved ones, that's going to allow for certain things to happen out of, once you're either if you're incapacitated or once you're gone, you just want certain things to be in place, certain things to happen appropriately to care for your family and your loved ones after you leave this earth. There's a lot more to that than just how much is this going to cost me. If you want a budgetary friendly version of a document drafting service, you can find an online provider that gives you a template and you can fill in the blanks if that's what you're looking for. And that question, whenever I'm asked that question, that tells me that's all you're looking for. And it to do it the right way, you should want more than just a template filled in. That's just my opinion because this is what I do and this is what I've seen that is so much easier to plan appropriately and of course pay a slightly higher fee for that planning up front than to do something the quick and cheap way and then later on find out that that really wasn't the best option for you and your family. And then someone else has to now come in and fix it, either for you or if you're gone, they have to fix it for your family. Or worse yet, if it's something that's not done quite right, then your family is the one left to suffer and left to either fight it out in court or fight it out with each other or whatever the case may be. But there's an open-ended issue there that may take much more money and definitely much more time to get resolved. So whenever you have someone tell you, well, I got this done for this amount, or, your cousin or friend or someone in the grocery store or someone in the barbershop tells you this, consider the source. First of all, no two situations should be treated the same when you're dealing with a service provider. No two situations should be treated the same. Again, just like with a doctor, if two people are coming in and both are complaining of stomach pain, the doctor doesn't necessarily prescribe the same thing or diagnose the same issue for both patients until he or she has had a chance to fully examine them. So don't let that source be the gospel for you. Make sure you are doing your own investigation, your own research, and make sure you are seeking out the optimal solution for your own unique situation. Okay, thanks. as always, for listening and for watching. That's all I have for this week, and we'll see you next time.